In this video, I'm going to talk about how to motivate yourself when you have ADHD. Hi, I'm Dr. LeGrand and I have ADHD and dyslexia. As you know, when you have ADHD, it can be difficult to stay motivated. Why? Well, it's because we have decreased dopamine, and that makes it difficult because dopamine is a neurotransmitter that helps us to be motivated. And there's other neurotransmitters that could be out of balance that really makes it difficult to us finish tasks. Our executive functioning makes it difficult if we don't have good executive functioning skills, which is in our prefrontal cortex. But here are these three areas that have really worked for me over the years and still continue to work for me to keep myself motivated for my ADHD brain. The first thing that I would say is that you gotta do something that you love and that you're also good at. Now, when I was going through medical school, when I first had my first landing job, I thought I chose the wrong career because I was being micromanaged and I hated working at the clinic. I dreaded going to work every day and I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? And it was hard to even just get through college and medical school with having ADHD and dyslexia. I failed multiple times in the very, first classes of going through college. And I'm like, goodness, I went through all this work and what did I get myself into? And I realized that I was missing something that I really didn't realize I had. And I started my own business, started my own practice. And I realized how much I loved the business side of things, as well as how much I loved working with people. But I certainly did not like being micromanaged all the time. And that's why I hated that. So as soon as I decided to leave, and this was a scary moment for me because my wife just had a child. She stopped work and she wanted to, raise our child. That was a decision that we made and it was all relying on me. And that was a scary moment because I hated my job and I realized I had to leave. If I wanted to really be successful and be happy with my life and with my ADHD brain to be able to pursue my passion, my love, I had to leave. And as soon as I did that, it was scary at first. It always is. It's scary when you're starting a new business and pursuing something that you're not sure if it's going to work or not. But I'm here to tell you guys, if you're in a position and you have ADHD and you just hate your work, you're going to be miserable. And it's you got to pursue something that you do love, but also that you're good at. When people say,
just follow your passion.
Well, if you could be passionate about something like eating pizza, for example, but is it going to bring you income? No, it's got to be reasonable too. And you also have to be good at it, or at least somewhat good at it, and you can of course develop those skills. And when I realized this and realized that business was a big passion of mine and something that I found that I was really good at, something that my family, they're all entrepreneurs, and realized even back aunts and uncles and grandpas and great grandpas, they all were also entrepreneurs too. So it's kind of in my blood. And when I started to do that, it made all the difference of my motivation. And every day I get excited to wake up and work on my business, helping people, creating these videos for you guys. It makes all the difference when you can align your passion with something that you're good at, but at the same time, realizing that sometimes there's things that you haven't pursued that you probably are good at and something that you actually do enjoy. Like me, I had no idea business was something that I was going to be excited to do and have it align with also being a doctor because I love helping people. I'm really talking about ADHD and it really has nailed that down because over the years, I also found that, when in general medicine, there's a lot of places you could pursue and there's certain things of, I don't like treating. And I finally have come to narrow down to align it with things that I do have passion about is helping people with ADHD because I have ADHD. And it took me a while to finally I knew that even in medical school, but it took me a while to finally narrow my practice to pursue that. And now I just love it. I just love getting up every day and helping out, patients and clients that I work with every day. It makes a huge difference. So if you are stuck in a position, a job that you just hate, I want you to reassess this and look at things that you are passionate about, things that you do love and that you're good at, and try to make that happen. Because honestly, our ADHD brain needs that because our ADHD brain is always going to constantly look for things that is most stimulating for it. And if you're working a job that's not stimulating at all, guess what? You're not going to be good at that job. I'm just telling you frank here. You're not going to be good at it, or at least you'll just be mediocre. That's why you need to be switching gears here. Align your ADHD brain of something that it is stimulates you and that you're good at. And that is what's going to help you be successful and stay motivated for the ADHD brain. Now, you might be like, okay, what about the menial things that we have to do on a day-to-day basis, such as, chores, doing just, the to-do list and the tasks that we always have to do. That's stuff we're not going to ever enjoy, right? I don't enjoy chores. Who likes doing chores? I, grew up my whole life not liking to do that, even still to this day. What I found recently that has helped me, and actually has helped me even when I was younger and I just didn't realize it, is combining the boring stuff or the stuff that I hate with the stuff that I do love doing. Let me show you a recent example of this. Is, when we have to put our kids down, we also usually have to clean up the house because the kids just destroy it. Okay. And so me and my wife, either we'll trade off, like one of us will clean and one will put the kids to bed, or we'll both put the kids to bed and also do the chores, whichever. But what I have found, because at the end of the day, I'm exhausted, my motivation is just gone out the door and I don't have any willpower to do anything. But what I have found that has been really helpful for me is when I do combine something that I do enjoy. So one thing that I really do enjoy, I always like learning. I like listening to podcasts, YouTube videos of learning new things. And even at the end of the day, I'm still motivated to do that. So what I do is I'll listen to those things while I'm doing chores. And I actually am more efficient with the chores, surprisingly, because I'm really engaged with what I'm listening to, but at the same time doing the chores and finished faster. And so typically I will most of the time will be cleaning up the kitchen, cleaning up the house while my wife puts the kids to bed. We'll usually do that trade-off sometimes because I'm faster at it than she is, honestly. I love you, honey, but yeah, she knows. But so that's just one example of just trying to combine something that you do enjoy to doing a chore, something that you hate doing, because then that can keep your ADHD brain still motivated to doing something that it enjoys while doing something that's also boring. The third and most important thing, and I find this so important every day, is being mindful of your willpower meter. What do I mean by that? Well, willpower isn't just we have it all the time, especially with us people with ADHD. We have a very small limited amount of willpower. It's because we get distracted all the time and it depletes that willpower. And the best time to have the willpower is in the morning. It's gonna be the freshest, and being mindful of that, of trying to stay motivated. So if you want to finish things and stay motivated, do it very first thing in the morning and eliminate all distractions, because you will find that you will accomplish more, especially with the ADHD brain, when you do that. And this is what I do every day, is I get up earlier so I can accomplish the most important things in my day because there's not many distractions, and I accomplish more. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, how can I use this and utilize this with the ADHD brain? How does this actually make sense of using willpower? Well, come and join me right here on this video where I talk about the trick to using willpower when you have ADHD. So come join me on this video right here.